The lecture hall fell silent as the door hissed open. Professor Mira paused mid-sentence, her stylus hovering over the holographic display of quantum mechanics equations. Every head turned toward the entrance. A small figure limped through the doorway, leaving dark smears of blood on the pristine white floor. It was Rack, one of the Valorian cubs from the junior class. The young alien's fur, normally a vibrant silver, was matted with crimson. His left forelimb hung at an unnatural angle, and his breathing came in sharp, pained gasps. The other students, a mix of insectoid thax, crystalline zephrons, and towering gorlaths, recoiled instinctively. The Valorians were apex predators on their homeworld, their species known throughout the galaxy for their ferocity and pack mentality. Even injured, even young, the primal part of every species in that room whispered danger. Mira set down her stylus. "Everyone, continue reviewing Section 4, she said calmly, already moving toward Rack. Her voice carried the peculiar steadiness that had made her colleagues uneasy when she first arrived at Galactic Academy. 7. Humans were still a novelty in the interstellar community. Their planet had only achieved faster-than-light travel 30 years ago. They were soft-skinned, had no natural armor, no venom, no claws. Prey species by all accounts. Yet something about the way Mira moved made the predators in the room step back. Rock's eyes, golden and slitted, fixed on her, his lips curled back, revealing rows of needle-sharp teeth. A warning growl rumbled from his chest. The instinct to protect himself from a potential threat overrode even his pain. "Easy," Mira whispered, crouching to his level. She was careful to make herself smaller, less threatening. "I'm going to help you, Rock, but I need you to trust me." The cub's ears flattened against his skull, his good forelimb tensed, claws extending. Around the room, students watched in horrified fascination. The Valorian pack mentality was legendary. Injure one and the entire family descended with overwhelming force. If this human harmed the cub even accidentally, the consequences would be catastrophic. Mira reached slowly into her satchel, pulling out a small medical kit. Human-made, filled with supplies from Earth. The Academy's medical bay was 3 floors away, and Rack was going into shock. She could see it in the dilation of his pupils, the trembling in his limbs. "I'm going to touch your arm now," she said softly. "It's going to hurt, but only for a moment." Her fingers, so fragile-looking compared to the cub's armored hide, moved with surprising confidence. She examined the break with gentle precision, her face showing neither disgust nor fear at the blood. The other students couldn't understand it. Humans were supposed to be weak, emotional, easily frightened. Yet Mira's hands never shook. She pulled out a cylindrical device, a portable bone knitter, reverse-engineered from Thaxian technology, but improved with human ingenuity. "This will feel warm," she murmured, activating it. A soft blue glow enveloped Rack's injured limb. The cub whimpered but didn't pull away. Something in Mira's tone and her steady presence kept him still. The Academy's xenopsychology texts called it the human effect, an inexplicable ability to soothe even the most aggressive species during moments of crisis. As the bone knitter worked, Mira spoke quietly, telling Rack about Earth, about the dogs and cats humans had domesticated thousands of years ago, about how her own species had learned to heal wounds and mend bones long before they reached the stars. Her voice was a lifeline, pulling him back from the edge of panic. "There," she said finally, switching off the device. "The bone is set. It'll be tender for a few days, but you'll heal." She reached for antiseptic spray, cleaning the wounds with practiced efficiency. Then came the bandages, soft white, wrapped with care around his forelimb and shoulder. When she finished, she sat back on her heels. "You're very brave, Rock," she said, meeting his eyes. "Not many could walk that far with such an injury." The cub stared at her, his predatory instincts confused. She had touched him, dominated him with her presence, yet shown no aggression. She had rendered him helpless, yet healed him. He didn't have words for what he felt, but his tail, which had been tucked fearfully against his body, slowly began to rise. The door hissed open again. 6 adult Valorians entered the lecture hall, their massive frames filling the doorway. The pack leaders, Rack's family. Their eyes blazed with protective fury as they spotted their injured cub, and every student in the room froze. The temperature seemed to drop. The largest Valorian, scarred and battle-hardened, stepped forward. His gaze swept across the room, searching for the threat, the one who had harmed his kin. His claws extended with metallic clicks against the floor. Then Rock did something unprecedented. The cub limped toward Mira and pressed his head against her knee, a gesture of trust among Valorians reserved only for pack members. He looked at his family and made a soft chirping sound, the vocalization of safety, of gratitude. The lead Valorian's eyes widened. He approached slowly, each step deliberate, until he stood before Mira. She rose to her feet, standing barely half his height, yet she didn't flinch. For a long moment, predator and human regarded each other. Then, in a movement that would be recounted across the galaxy for years to come, the massive Valorian lowered himself to the ground. His pack followed. 6 apex predators, each capable of tearing apart a shuttle with their bare claws, pressed their foreheads to the floor in front of a small human professor. The entire lecture hall watched in stunned silence. Mira's hand gently touched the leader's head, accepting the gesture of respect. "He's going to be fine," she said simply. When the Valorians rose and departed with Rock, the lecture hall remained quiet. The students looked at their human professor with new eyes. They had studied Earth's history, the wars, the survival against all odds, the stubborn refusal to give up even when extinction loomed. They had read about humans nursing wounded animals back to health, about their tendency to adopt anything that needed care. But knowing and witnessing were different things entirely. Mira returned to the front of the class, picked up her stylus and resumed her lecture on quantum mechanics as if nothing extraordinary had happened. In the back row, a THAC student began typing a message to his homeworld. "The humans are not prey. They are something far more dangerous. They are the ones who heal."